What is going on, Choo Choo? It's this Dead Boy here, bringing you back some more trailers, and then today I tried making an open world game alone in 1 year. For those of you who don't know, this is the guy that's making Choo Choo Charles. I reacted to that trailer a little while ago, and I guess I didn't know that he was doing this. He's uploading updates for this game like every step of the way. Like, here, wait, where's the one yeah, right here. This is the thing I reacted to. And like, he's been posting updates and stuff just every step of the way, and I think that's pretty awesome, honestly. So here we are, and we're gonna watch this video. It's 2-star. That's the name of the channel, by the way. So if you're interested in Choo Choo Charles the game, oh, it's coming December 9th. Look at that. It didn't have a release date before. Okay, so that's something new. I had a wish list in my Steam, so either way I'd be notified as soon as it goes on sale. But that's cool. So December 9th, that's the release date. But let's get into this.
Last year I set out to make the most insane open world horror game that I could, and so I started working on a game called Choo Choo Charles, where you navigate an island.
I didn't know it was open world either.
Upgrading over time.
That's
and
cool.
Use it to fight an evil spider train named Charles. But when I actually announced that I was going to be making this Charles game, it kind of blew up, and now people were expecting it to be a real thing. Only problem, just one little thing, I had no fucking clue how to make an open world game. So when I started working on this game, I knew that I didn't want to spend a really long time working on it because I was kind of in a situation where I didn't really have any money. So I wanted to get a game out quick so that I could start earning something. And so in order to motivate myself, I was like, oh, I know what I'll do. I'll set an incredibly unrealistic release date and tell people that I'm going to create this entire open world game in like 4 months. I just figured for some reason that setting a really tight release date would make me more motivated. Spoiler alert, it didn't. Basically, since I knew from the start that this was unrealistic, I kind of just wasn't really giving it my all for like the first probably 4 or 5 months. Because it's like, I knew that it wasn't possible to finish it that quick. So I was just like, it's okay. I know I'll have to push the release date back anyways. So I'll just take a week off to, I don't know, make YouTube videos and crap. And so after a few months of development and that early 2022 release window came and went, I went, well, yep, that happened. But at this point, I'd started to get a lot of the core mechanics in. I'd started working on missions and stuff like that. I was starting
Oh
to
yeah,
get
the graphics. That's right.
Better idea.
I remember that from the last trailer. They look kind of
the full game.
Kind of bad.
With all these things in mind, I set a new internally, just kind of secretly, my own secret little release date. I decided that I wanted to release the game in mid-August of 2022. This is a date that seemed pretty realistic based on how the progress was advancing. It seemed very, very doable. So I made a schedule, I was following it strictly. Everything was going really, really well until a few months before August, I decided to have a few people playtest the game and see if it was really on track and see how many bugs there were and all that kind of stuff. And what I found while testing the game with other folks was basically that the game was trash. Like really bad. Like,
listen, I respect this a whole lot more than just releasing a game unfinished. All right, I'd rather a game be delayed, not excessively though. Like, I feel like if you delay a game excessively, then it's it kills the hype. But I'd rather a game be delayed than release an unfinished buggy mess. You know, that's been happening a lot with I got his knees. My nose is playing games. Oh my god, it went away. But I like the fact that he playtested. He had the game playtested, because, you know, there's a lot of games these days where I'm not too sure if they actually do playtest them. You know, I feel like they just have the beta and then they say, oh, you're our playtesters, the beta players. And then guess what? Nothing gets changed from the beta and the actual release. I'm hoping, like, you know, the game hasn't come out yet, so I can't say whether it's not buggy or not, but I'm glad that he's at least taking the steps. And like we saw, the release date is December 9th. So hopefully it's not a buggy mess.
It was, shut up. It wasn't fun. It wasn't polished. The story didn't make sense. The mechanics didn't make sense. It was all horrible. And so
that is a lot though.
At, this essentially,
like, you pretty much have to remake the game at that point,
if you will. I don't really know what that means, but I've heard it used in a similar context to this, so I'll just use that. And I basically had to decide, okay, I can just continue finishing the game, but it'll suck, or I can redo a ton of stuff, put in a ton more time, and have to push the release date back again, even closer to the end of the year. But ultimately, I came to the decision to push the release date back a little bit and go for a mid-September release. I figured that the changes I needed to make were mostly revolving around the story, the tutorial, and the boss fight in the game, and decided, you know, these probably won't be very difficult changes to make. Certainly not. So I started working at a near self-destructive rate, probably around 60, 80-hour weeks for the past 6 months. And here's a list of the changes that I have made basically since the last update video that I made on the game. So what I ended up doing is I added a few new story missions, I redid the entire boss fight, added a new ending cutscene, credits, added a fully new tutorial segment with a new intro cutscene. I overhauled Charles' animations and sound design, added ambient music and custom chase music for Charles that I didn't make myself because I'm not a musician. I rewrote basically the whole story of the game, the whole backstory and lore, and went through 2 full rewrites of the script. I've gone through tons and tons and tons of iteration on Charles' AI system and the Cultist AI system. I've also made further optimizations to the game. It's optimized by probably an additional 30 or 40% now. I've added 15 or 20 just randomly dispersed secret locations that have extra information about lore, as well as
that adds replayability.
I've added Steam achievements, collectibles that let you customize the color of your train. I added weapon overheating to make the gunplay a little bit more interesting, and I've done a lot of sort of alpha testing and focus testing in order to make sure that the game is generally balanced.
They still look rough, but
good direction. Which brings us to today and the
that doesn't really, like, as long as the story's good.
And what state is that? Well, basically, the game is solidly within its beta phase of development, and the game is fully playable from start to finish. All of the mechanics are in the game. At this point, I'm not adding any additional mechanics before launch. So at this point, all that's really left to do on the game is add voice acting, add translations, and do some additional beta testing and bug fixing. With all that being said, the game is very close to being completed, and at this point I can safely say that Choo Choo Charles is releasing for Windows PC on Steam on December 9th, 7 a.m. Pacific time this year, 2022. So be sure to wishlist the game on Steam so that you'll get a notification email as soon as it goes live. And as well as that, at the exact same time that I dropped this video, I also dropped a new release trailer, essentially, that shares all the new gameplay and updated footage and stuff. It's really, really awesome. Go watch it. That's all for now, because now I gotta go and actually finish this thing.
Okay. I actually kind of want to watch the release date trailer now. Here, it was... I get where he's coming from when he said, like, he sets an unrealistic expectation and then he expects himself to be motivated. Like, I get it, you know, making videos, it can, you know, be grueling sometimes, especially, you know, I'm a student and I have a job, so fitting, recording, and then editing, and then thumbnail, and then all this other stuff, yeah, it can be hard, and you know, it can be difficult to like try to live up to the expectations that not only the audience has for you, but like the expectations you have on yourself. And I don't even know half of what goes into video game making. It looks very complicated. I don't even know how to do After Effects, man. Like, the only like special effects I know how to do are in Filmora, and it takes me like a whole hour just to do a stupid little animation in The Escapists. You know what I mean? Oh shit.
I think you killed me.
Like,
we're just running around beating up cops.
So, programming AI and creating actual worlds and textures in a video, in an open world game, be it And in an open world game at that, you know, that's pretty impressive. And I could see how it would be extremely difficult and time consuming, especially for a one-man team. You can't delegate other roles to different people. You have to do it all yourself. But I'm definitely excited to see the finished product. Let's see the release date trailer. It looks like there is already some voice acting. There's the weapon overheating. I like that transition between map and, you know, all that. There's waypoint markers. You could change your, like, ammo types. Can Choo Choo Charles go in the mines? If so, that adds, like, a whole nother layer of... Oh, fuck. I guess it's just the cult that's there.
You know, if you actually want to win this fight, you'll need some serious firepower.
Like, maybe the way the characters look is a stylistic take, in which case, fine, you know. I'm not going to hate on style. At the end of the day, graphics don't really matter. Yeah, it looks more like a stylistic choice, rather than, like, just shit graphics. Kind of looks like Telltale characters.
Unless you want that train of yours to end up in my junkyard, you better get some upgrades.
I feel like if you're going to have them voice act, though, like they're actually voiced, their lips should probably move. It kind of takes me out, honestly. Like, they're just staring at you, but also talking. But the design of Choo Choo Charles is, like, pretty horrifying, I'm not going to lie. I'm extremely curious to know the story of this man, you know? Like, it's so, like, out there. It's a train. Like, it's looks like, oh, I just realized he had his horn, or, like, his whistle. They look like devil horns. That's cool. Maybe that's it. Maybe he's the devil, and he chose to become a choo-choo train for some reason. But yeah, I don't really remember the last trailer, honestly. I remember Choo Choo Charles, and, like, you were shooting him, and there's cultists. Like, I remember all that, and I remember, like, there was an objective with that egg. I want to say that's, like, Choo Choo Charles's egg. I do remember that, but, like, I don't remember what it, like, the graphics, if they look different or not, or, like, I can notice, like, because he pointed it out that the weapon overheats, but, like, if he didn't tell me that, I wouldn't have noticed. But I'm definitely going to get this one, you know. It seems like it's going to be very fun. I respect the grind from 2-Star over here. I don't know his name. I don't know if he said it. But I respect the grind. Hopefully he doesn't turn out to be shady like the Poppy Playtime devs. In case you're wondering why I haven't played Chapter 2 of Poppy's Playtime, it's because of the devs. They're kind of shady, and I don't really like that. You know I play GTA and all that, and Rockstar and, you know, Activision. They're all pretty shady companies as well. But it's different when it's a big corporation like that, because it's mostly just the CEOs and all them, like the higher ups, that are shady, and not really like the programmers and all them. You know, they're usually just Joe Schmo like you and me. So if that company, like, goes under, then so do those people. You know, it hurts a lot of people that, you know, don't really deserve it. They should honestly really unionize, you know, create a video game union or some shit, because, like, the way that devs get treated, it's so unfair. But when it comes to, like, these indie games, and it's like a small team of people, and, like, it really looks bad when they make choices that the Poppy Playtime devs made. But I like how transparent this guy is. I respect that. You know, he could have just been like, oh, we got to delay it, and then no communication further. He went out of his way to make a video explaining all the things that happened behind the scenes and why these decisions were made and what improvements there are. So I really respect that, and I can't wait for this game to come out. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Appreciate it. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're greatly appreciated, I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay safe, everybody. Bye-bye.